Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1 or however you made your way here, thank you for joining me here. Welcome. Today we're going to be getting into who's coming in love, who's coming next in love, whatever, the age-old topic of who's coming next in love. I don't know why lately I've been feeling more called to do love readings. So maybe love is in the air for my collective or love is in the air for somebody out there. But I felt called to do this. I don't know, fall just always gives me cuffing season. So maybe this will be a reading about, I guess, who's coming in for cuffing season. I think I did a reading like this either on my other channel or this one last year. And I guess that's basically what we're going to be getting into again. Who's coming next in love, but we're going to make the time frame cuffing season, okay? So that's from October, just the cold months, honestly, okay? So let's get right into the reading. This kind of looks like a seance. If I'm being honest, like we're lighting candles. We have like a little altar cloth and we're going to be summoning spirits. So this person could be very much into that or just Halloween in general. That has been just like crossing my mind. I love that I'm at home, honestly, because I could, use all my stuff and make it look cute for y'all instead of just a black, backdrop. But yeah, let's get right into it. We're going to be using the Halloween Oracle. We're going to be using the Trick or Treat Tarot. I'm glad to be having access to my Halloween decks at home. And then these are two decks that I've been like keeping at home for the longest time that I got from my like haul that I talked about a few months ago or like a month or so ago. We have the Literary Oracle. I'm excited for this one because I am a book girl. And then we have the Outlander Oracle. And I'm so excited for this one because I love Outlander, okay? So I'm a book girl. And then it's also, the show is great as well, okay? We love a Jamie Fraser, okay? Claire is cute and whatever, but Jamie is what we're all there for, okay? So we're going to get right into it, but I do want to open these first. I don't know if y'all like me opening them, but there's nothing really, special about this part of it. Oh no, I'm gonna rip the paper if I rip it. Let me rip the front. This person can be very particular, very delicate. They don't like ripping or messing up things, because there's a little paper, let me show you what I'm talking about, on the back of it that I thought was on the box, but it's actually not. And I'm like, wait, I don't want to mess it up. So I had to kind of like do something different to open it so it doesn't rip that part. So this person can be very delicate. They don't like making messes or, ripping things, So we have that open now. The Outlander one is just unstripping it. So yeah, a person doesn't like making a mess or harming things. They could be like a very soft, sensitive soul, okay? And now I'm hearing, I'm a sensitive soul, though I seem thick-skinned. So you could be dealing with a little bit of a Pumbaa on your hands here. A gentle giant. Okay, you better open. That's all I know. Because, excuse me. This is why it may be smarter to do it off camera. So I'm not getting crazy with y'all. Okay, and these are nice and thick. Oh, we love this. That could be something. Your person's nice and thick. Because we love a good thick card. Look at that compared to these. Stop it. A thick girl. A thick girl. Does it come with a book or something? I know they don't just, oh, it does. Yeah, I'm bugging. Okay. And then maybe we'll just put this back over there, honestly. I'm making more of a mess than I need to. Keep the book there. And then let's open this one and see what this one gives. Oh, these are nice and thick too. Oh, I love this, guys. These are so freaking beautiful. Oh my gosh. Stop. Okay, money well spent. That's all I know. You heard me? Anywho, let us get these cards to the side. I don't even know what we're gonna start with. Is this the one that has like, yeah, this one has like archetypes. So we're gonna use this one. This is the Outlander one. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if this is supposed to be a tarot. No, it's oracle. Okay. So I guess we're going to start off with these. Let me give them a good shuffle. That was a ghetto shuffle. Let's try that again. Sorry I'm so unorganized. Don't mind me or forgive me. Okay, get some cards from here. Please, Spirit, for my group ones. Who's coming next in love for them? Okay, if you're not watching this during cuffing season, then this is just going to be who's next in love. But I do want to get a cup. We have twins. Ooh, are you going to be attracting twins? Move it back so you can see a little better. We have twins. We'll take one more from here. Please, Spirit, who's coming next in love for my group ones? Who's coming next in love for my group ones? And then we have, bruh, why are you falling? Foolishness. We have foolishness. And then we have twins. Now, for whatever reason, I feel called to read from the book because it's a new deck. Decided to pause the video to find. So we're at T twins. Okay, so Josiah and Keziah Beardsley, it represents connection, strong relationships, and partnership. The orphan and indentured Beardsley twins, Jamie's tenants at Fraser Ridge, learned to fend for themselves when young. Okay, I remember them now. It's coming back to me. Combining their strengths and skills. Two together are stronger than one. In Joe and Kezia Beardsley's case, two together are one. So you see how they kind of melded together. This person could be a twin for some of you. Let's move them closer so you can see them better. This person could most definitely be a twin. And they're very close to their twins, okay? Or they could have twins as well. I just said that they could be very close to their twins. This person could be a twin or they have twin children or siblings or something, okay? Twins can be prominent in their life. This could also be representing twin flames, where it's like when you're apart, you feel like you're bereft, like you're like empty. But when you're together, you're stronger, you're one, right? And that's like the whole... How can you say that's the whole lore behind twin flames, where you walk the earth half a soul, and when you meet them you feel complete. So that could be a thing as well. This person could also feel quite empty and they're longing for love. It doesn't even have to be they believe in twin flames, but this person really wants love in their life and they feel like they're incomplete without it. Of course, we're all complete people without love, but love does make life worth living, especially romantic love sometimes, you know, that adds a little extra spark to life, you know. So that could become through this person really wants to fall in love and really wants to find their twin flame if they are someone who is spiritual, which kind of came through in the beginning because I was like, say this is giving seance and stuff like that. So that's coming through. But they really do crave connection, strong relationships, and partnership, as the thing said for, you know, the twins. Now we're going to go to foolishness and see who's for that. Where's F? No. I mean, don't start with me. That's what it says, right? Yeah, so why is it not pulling up? Don't piss me off. Oh, attributes. So there's differences. Okay, I got you. So in this deck, there are portraits, which are people, and then there are attributes, which I guess foolishness would be an attribute. Got you. Okay, I was about to say, square up. So we have 16-year-old Lord John tied to a tree. Careless, untamed, naive. So it is giving full energy. It says taking risks can lead to great success, but for young Lord John, it could also result in defeat and humiliation. I do believe Lord John was the Earl or Lord, obviously, that was in love with Jamie. That falls in love with Jamie. So, yeah. This person, yeah, they're foolish when it comes to love. They just want to fall in love, okay? Why Do Fools Fall in Love is coming through. That's a song by Diana Ross, but I'm also getting Foolish is the name of the song. Ashanti. The song by Ashanti is coming through. So this person could have been made a fool in love many times before. This person could have found their twin flame and they were made a fool by their twin flame in this life. So that's a little bit about your person. Now I definitely want to get into the literary oracle. Sorry, I can't talk today. Your person could have slip-ups in their speech. But let us see what comes through for the literary oracle for my group ones. Please spare my group ones. Who's coming next in love for my group ones? What can you tell me about their person? What can you tell me about their person, the situation? Anything we need to know? We have Truth. We have Truth, Anna, Karenina. Anna, Karenina, Truth. These are beautiful cards. Wow. So this person could be like they love... Okay, so because this person could have been potentially hurt in the past, I do believe this person honors truth and loyalty above all else, which is like, yeah, okay, that's very important to them. Let's get another card from this deck, please, Spirit, for my group. Ones. Okay. And here we have the Explorer, Gulliver, Gulliver, Gullah Island. Let me stop. I'm acting a fool. Gulliver. And we have the Explorer. So this person likes truth and exploration. This person is an explorer because they like, it's kind of like, why would I hear from someone else's mouth when I can find out myself? So they're trying to find the truth, okay? It's kind of giving a bit of a detective, and they may have had to be that way because people would hide things from them. You know what I mean? So we have truth and exploration. That's something that is big to this person. I do believe this dichotomy here in this image here is giving, like, you know, cool, calm, and collected, but also fiery heart. So this person could have that inside of them where they're kind of chill, but they're also a little bit explosive and fiery. So because I'm not that well versed with these characters, I might want to read from the book for them. So just bear with me, guys. When it comes to new decks, I want to, you know, get to know the deck a little bit. So let's see. And it's such good quality. Oh, yes, Father. Okay, don't mind me. Do they give us a table of contents? No? Y'all just piss me off, don't you? I guess we go by numbers. Okay, so 40 for truth. We have passion, conflict, and authenticity. Guidance. This card calls you to truth. Are you a truth teller or are you a receiver of truth? Both can be difficult endeavors. Both can cause pain, shame, or fear. That's coming through again. Okay? To approach truth, you must examine your own beliefs and desires honestly and be prepared to grow in the face of discoveries. The affirmation is, my truths are worthy of voicing. My eternal being shines when accompanied by true words and true actions. So this person is all about true words and true actions, okay? Because we do have the Explorer here. And for Anna Karenina, Anna's search for love and truth leads her down a path of passion and despair as she navigates the confines of rigid society. Her tragic story highlights the conflict between personal desire and societal expectation, where the pursuit of truth ultimately brings both clarity and suffering. So Anna's fall is a reflection of the high cost of living authentically. And I guess she's a character of Leo Tolstoy. But this is kind of giving me this person knows how to get to the bottom of things, right? There was this video that I sent my best friend the other day that had me giggling because there was a creator, I forget his name, but he was basically saying the detective friend of your okay, so basically the prompt was when your friend says she knows nothing but his first name, and then under it the detective friend, and then he's playing Nicki Minaj's High School in the background. He said he came from Jamaica, he owned a couple acres, you know, what is it called? Never something because he never got his papers, but he was getting money with the movers and the shakers. He was mixed with a couple things. And he's basically saying that there's always that detective friend who knows how to get all the truth and everything from someone. Even if you only have a first name, they're getting everything you need to know about this person. And that's what this person may have had to be because they were always lied to or deceived or hurt. So their intuition was saying this person's cheating, this person's lying. And the person they were talking to was like, no, I promise. You know what I mean? And they have to get to the bottom of it by themselves. So that this is someone who seeks truth above all else, even to the harm or even to the detriment of themselves, I guess I could say. Because the truth hurts, okay? And now I'm hearing, you know, Lizzo's truth hurts. Why are men great till they gotta be great? Okay, so let's get to the tarot cards to find out more about this person. Who's coming in for my group one's cuffing season, please? That song can be relevant to this person as well. He was mixed with a couple things, bore like a couple rings. He never got his papers. but he was getting money with the movers and the shakers, like high school, Nicki Minaj's verse. That's been going, I guess, viral again because of the Nicki Minaj challenge of trying to, I guess, prop yourself on your feet with both feet touching the ground, like crossing your legs. I'm sure you have seen it. If not, you could just look up the Nicki Minaj challenge and it'll come up. But I was like, it's funny how he made this video in the light of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B's reignited beef on Twitter. It's just upsetting me, or X, whatever y'all want to call it. Here we have the Four of Pentacles. So someone who's very grounded, someone who's very stable, someone who's good at saving money, okay? This person would have a cute little dog, okay? This person's giving the guy from, this is probably a character from a scary movie, but I don't watch scary movies, so I wouldn't know who this guy is. But he's giving me Lord or something Facilier from, what is it called? Okay, so the Four of Pentacles, this person definitely like is the kind of person to stand on business. You can definitely rely on them. But Dr. Facilier, that's the guy that I was talking about from, and wasn't it funny how I was talking about seances and all that kind of stuff, and he communicates with the other side. He has friends on the other side. This person could definitely be into that kind of stuff, you know, on Ouija boards, things like that. But the fact that he's sitting on all these pumpkins is they're very like spiritually protected, honestly, because pumpkins represent protection. What else can we say about this person with the Four of Pentacles? They could look a little scary and menacing, but they may not be. We'll see what else comes through, but I feel like they could be like a good interrogator. So if you were ever in trouble with them, or they could have a job interrogating, they could be a detective as well, because Truth and Explorer together gives me detective. They could definitely be that, but I definitely feel like they're standing on business here with all these pumpkins lined up, okay? They could also have like a lot of baggage, okay? The Four of Pentacles tends to be someone who is closed off or reserved or very possessive of everything they have. Every little money they get, they're hoarding it, you know? They could be a little bit of a Mr. Krabs, right? Where he's cheap. He doesn't want to spend his money. He wants to just hoard it, and keep it, okay? Maybe they don't like spending money on themselves as well. It could be something coming through, but they may be willing to spend it on others, okay? We have Justice. So this is giving me the group that I did the other day, where it was giving your person, what was it? The love you're manifesting, the lover you're manifesting with it. Justice came out for them as well. And it was kind of giving me someone who works in law, and like truth, justice, upholding the law, all that kind of stuff is important to them. So being big into politics could be something as well. Here is kind of giving me money versus freedom. This is crazy. This person did a really good job with this justice card here, because it is giving that the society we live in, how the rich always prosper, and this Statue of Liberty was supposed to represent freedom, but we ain't free in this, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So this person likes to look into the nuance of things. It's not just about what's surface level. They're going deeper and exploring. What was that duo called back in the days? Is it the Lewis and Clark Expedition? This person's kind of giving them, I don't know nothing about them besides their name, but it's kind of giving that to me, where they wanted to explore the whole entire world. And I think their whole thing was proving that the world wasn't flat. They wanted to travel to the ends of the earth to see if they would fall off, and they didn't. And they came back and was like, okay, the world is indeed not flat, okay? That's kind of coming through. This person could be big into literature and stuff like that, because Lewis and Clark, child, that was high school. Like I said, I don't know anything else but their names and a little bit about what they were, you know, exploring for, okay? And they were brave enough to do it. So find the truth. This person's brave enough to do it. And it's coming back to what they said about this, what they said her name was? Anna lady, where, yeah, she was able to live authentically, but it came with a cost, okay? So that's coming through. Let me see what they say about this guy over here, because Gulliver sounds familiar, but I can't remember where that man is from. So he is 11. And I just caught 11:11 on the clock, so that could be important as well. That is also a representation of twin flames, so that could be coming through once again. 11:11 is also making a wish, so wish is coming true. We have the Explorer. What does it say? Discovery, perspective, and adventure. This person could like having, what do they call it? The devil's advocate. They like having an opposing perspective. And that's the nuance in it, where they may not always agree with everything you say or what everyone says, but they're going to like debate you and tell you why they may be wrong or right. And sometimes they don't even agree with their perspective. Not even that their perspective, but you know how some people would love to be devil's advocate just to give you a different perspective on things, and that may not even be their, you know, opinion. That kind, I know somebody like that. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, when you're complaining to them about a friend, oh, but what do you look about it? Look at it from their, I don't want to know about it from their perspective. I'm complaining from my perspective right now. Thank you. This person could be that annoying person, okay? The guidance says the explorer channels fear into creative emotion. Instead of worrying what the shadows conceal, the explorer shines a light on the dark places and peers past the far horizons, revealing the world as it is, a place both wonderful and challenging. So this person very much dwells or lives realistically, where they see the good and the bad in things, right? They could tell you, oh yeah, you're right, but have you ever thought about it from this perspective, you know? The affirmation is, there is greatness to discover, both within me and without. Have the courage and the skill to cross any obstacle before me. I will not be deterred. So Gulliver is Gulliver's Travels from Jonathan Swift. Gulliver's journeys take him to strange lands that challenge his perceptions of reality and humanity. Each voyage reveals hidden truths about society, power, and the human condition as he navigates land both grand and small. His travels reflect the inner search for meaning and the transformative nature of discovery. Undoubtedly, philosophers are in the right when they tell us that nothing is great or little otherwise than by comparison. So this person could very much be big on comparisons, the thief of joy as well. Okay, so this is a guide to the hidden lore of classic literature. Okay, so I guess they're basically, you know, dumbing it down for us, you know, layman's out here. Let's keep going with the tarot. This person could have, I don't know, I'm getting that even they have some kind of privilege is what I'm getting, whether it's white privilege, whether it's money privilege, whether it's something like that they're sitting on all these pumpkins, which is wealth, you know. They could have a lot of money, but they still like to keep the perspective of everyone else, you know. So empathic kind of person. They want to understand what everyone is going through, not just themselves and their circle, that kind of thing, okay? Let's keep going and see what else is coming through. We have the Star. Interesting. I love justice in the Star. This person is big about fighting for what they believe in. The Star is also Aquarius kind of energy. This person could be very flexible. As we can see, she's stretching. This person could also be a dancer, okay? This person could like ballet and opera and theater, and those are very rich people hobbies, okay? Broadway is not cheap, okay? Theater and opera is not cheap. Those are rich people's sports. This person could have some kind of, you know, affluence to them, which is very funny, I feel like, because like I said, that was coming through. Let us see. The twins could also represent those two sides of the same coin vibe, where they may have money, but they still love talking or having friends who are less fortunate, to keep the perspective of people less fortunate, you know? So they don't lose touch with reality. This person does like reading books as well, or like literature, because they have a lesson. Some books don't have lessons in them. I feel like, you know, classic literature has lessons, so this person could be like very well versed in that, or history. We have Ace of Wands, so a very passionate individual, okay? The Ace of Wands, when it comes out in any reading, does give BDE. This person could have physically a BDE or a BB but or just the energy of someone, like I said, who has money, who has confidence, who has esteem, who knows who they are, knows where they're going. There's like something very attractive about someone who knows who they are, knows where they're going, what they want to do, how they want to do it, you know, or have built money off of doing that, you know, some kind of stability off of being themselves. So this is definitely someone who lives authentically, because that Anna character keeps coming through again. No matter what society says, oh, you're rich, stay with the rich people. No, I want to be friends with everybody. You know, you're poor, stay with the poor people. No, I want to be friends with everybody. I want every perspective. You know, this is the kind of person, if they're famous, I'm seeing how Michael Jackson used to dress up in disguises to be out with regular people, just people watch. He didn't even want to be friends with regular people or talk to them. He just wanted to people watch. He had a few different characters he would wear, but I remember one was like an old man, kind of like him. It was an old man. He had like a big belly, and he said he would go to Disney World and just sit there and people watch, and just would love to do that, because if he were to go out as Michael Jackson, he wouldn't be able to people watch. Everybody would be watching him, but he wanted to watch other people. So it's given that kind of person. They could have disguises, okay? So this person could have, like I said, some means or some success or something where they go out, they'd be noticed, not notified. That's funny. This person, like, with the possessive energy coming through the Four of Pentacles, they could like keeping tabs on you or people in general, you know. One more card. That's that possessive. I want to know where you're going and why you're going, just to keep you safe. Sure. We'll go with that. One more card, please. What card is this? We have the Six of Cups. Yeah, very generous person. Like I said, they may be frugal with themselves, but they could be very giving when it comes to other people, right? That's definitely a vibe that I'm getting here. Like I said, this person could kind of come off as like hot and cold because we have the Blue, which is like a very icy, cool energy, swords. And then we have the Wands, which is very passionate and fiery, okay? Going after what they want thing. Okay. And look at how this person looks scary and intimidating. This person does have that air about them. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Especially with an air of justice. There's something like removed and cold about that kind of energy. Also, Aquarius being the star is another removed and cold kind of energy sometimes. But they're really not. You know, it's more so like just clinical and keeping yourself removed from a situation. This person can get like attached or emotionally close to people really quickly. So they want to keep a detachment, keep some space between them, you know, because sometimes they care too much with the Six of Cups coming through and the justice. They care too much. And that, like I said, could have gotten them in trouble in the past. Okay, the only thing about this thing, she cute, but she be messing up the cards when I'm ready to just slide them over all easy, like come on. So Six of Cups, look at how this, like, and the kid is still like, I'm scared, but I'm going to accept this cup from you because this is a scary clown. Like, this person does give scary vibes. I'm going to leave it at that. They give, don't hurt me, sir. But that could be attractive to some people. I know I like somebody who's mean. Don't be smiling and laughing and giggling with everybody. No. Only smile and laugh at me. Thank you. Okay. So anything else that wants to come through for your person? Let's look at the bottom of the deck for this one. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is like a seeker of wisdom and knowledge, okay? This person also likes to, like, I don't know if they have a lot of jobs or they like to make money. You know, that's something they like to do. Work, keep working, no matter how much money they make, continue working. That's the kind of energy the Page of Pentacles gives me. Someone who likes to read just for reading, you know, reading for reading's sake, okay? And it's funny how she came home and put on Law and Order, and I was talking about your person liking law and being in the justice system. That could be a thing as well. They could be a bit of an Olivia Benson, if you will. Okay. Or a Stabler. They just like watching police shows because they're very much into policing. Not policing, but you know what I mean. This person could have that kind of job as well. Detective, police officer, judge. What other jobs are in law? Lawyer, prosecutor. That's a lawyer as well. Criminal justice, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let me do this off because what else can you tell me about their next? For who's coming next in love for them? Here we have the apple with the heart cut out. It's so cute. This is so cute. Risk and reward. There is no risk without reward. That could be something they're very well versed at as well. They know there's no risk without reward. And that's that truth. It keeps coming through. There's something here about them, like, I don't know, experiencing a lot of adversity or pain from being the way they are. You know? It hasn't been easy. So you see them and think, oh, they have money, affluence, and it must be easy for them. They're a lawyer, they're a police officer, da 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 da. But I feel like those jobs come with a lot of pain because you're hearing and seeing people always in the most like dire of circumstances. So someone was assaulted, and that's something you have to see every day. Someone was shot, and that's something you have to see every day. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Someone was abused, and you have to see that. Or you have to persecute someone or be around criminals all the time. Like that kind of energy. So it's like, yeah, you're pursuing truth and justice and, you know, making the world a better place, so to speak. But it's kind of like, at what cost? Shoot. But it's rewarding for them, so we'll leave them be. Can I get one more or two more cards, please, for who's coming next in love from my group? One, sorry. Invisibility, but it says what? Authenticity. Stop playing in my face. This person does like to be invisible and just watch people. Because look at how we have this cloak on and we can't see who they are. And it's giving the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter, where you put it on and you're invisible to everybody. You know? That's beautiful, okay? Here we have the witch. The earthly weaver of the worlds. That's interesting. The earthly weaver of worlds. This person could be a bit of a poet, or they have a poet mentality. a poet or whatchamacallit, writer, artist, because that's what they said with Gulliver. Like, you make curiosity into creation or something like that, they said for Gulliver. But yeah, instead of sitting still about your curiosities, this person goes after what they want to know. They're not going to sit there and be like, oh, well, I wonder why. No, I'm going to go and look into it and figure out why. You know what I mean? Like I said, they're not, I think I mentioned something about that earlier, where if they're like curious about something or their gut is telling them something, they're going to go and look into it. You know, I don't want someone else to tell me. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I don't want someone else to come and tell me something. I'm going to figure it out myself. Like, the world's flat around. Let's go. We'll figure it out together. That kind of thing. Okay. And then we have one more card that flipped over. We have the Graveyard. Oh no. The song by Halsey is coming through for some of you. We have Unnecessary Fear. This person could not believe in unnecessary fear. It's kind of like, why be scared when you can kind of find the truth and figure things out? That could be something coming through. Does it look better that way? It does. But now it's kind of lopsided. Don't mind me. I'm just a little bit of a perfectionist. That could just be me coming through, or your person, who knows. But Graveyard, this is also signifying to me loss. This person could have experienced a lot of loss in their life, you know, more than most people. Or they're just always around grief and loss. Like I said, dire constraints and circumstances in their job, or just, you know, the world that they live in. Okay? Because it's kind of giving me, this person could be scared of death. That could be something as well. But this person doesn't believe in unnecessary fear. They want to overcome their fears. This person very much will overcome their fear. Okay? So I think that's all that I have for you. I just heard this person could be scared of not leaving a legacy behind, like leaving nothing and not being known. So this person could be working on a body of work, or they want to be known in the hearts of the people they protected, saved, helped, that kind of thing. That's leaving a legacy, whether the whole world knows who you are or not. You know what I mean? Okay. Even though there are plenty of Olivia Bensons out there, it's like, we don't know them, but the people who they help save know them, and that's a part of their legacy, right? So in that way, whether they're going to be someone well-known or not, or only known among the people they helped, right? Like I said, okay, so I'm going to leave your reading there. That's everything that I have for you guys. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. Happy cuffing season. I hope you enjoy this person. Okay, maybe I'll do a reading about, oh, this is what it was supposed to be about. I forgot. Well, we'll do it for the next reading. I wanted to do how they'll treat you, your next partner, but that's another reading for another day, because we're already 32 minutes in and I don't got time. Okay, so I talk too much, I know, I'm sorry, but anyway, stay tuned for that as well. If you also are interested in that, let me know in the comments below. Okay, but yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys, my gorgeous people. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2, or however you made your way here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about who is coming next in love. That's the topic, yes. Okay, and because I didn't do it for group 1, I can't do it for you. So we're just going to be getting into who's coming next in love. I wanted to do a who's coming next in love, how they treat you, but we spent so much time on this person in group 1 that we couldn't get into that topic. So that'll be another reading for another day. Let me know if that's something that interests you in the comments below, and we'll get into it. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, I opened up 2 new decks in group 1, right? And these decks I've been so excited to use because I've had them for so long, but because I can't film at home all the time, I don't have them at like the just grab and use. So they've been here just loitering at the house, right? But I could use them now, so we're gonna get into it. Okay, so the first deck that I opened up was the Outlander Oracle. I'll show you the box. Isn't she so cute? Like, I love Outlander. I love the show, the books, everything. Okay, it's beautiful, gorgeous, darling, gorgeous, right? Jamie Fraser, whew, the things of legends, I tell you, that man. Okay, and then we have the Literary Oracle, and I love reading, as you guys probably already know, and these 2 things together, when I find decks that kind of mirror what I love in real life, it's over. Take my money right now. Okay, so we're gonna get into these 2 decks. I think first we're gonna get into these 2 decks, so I think I show from this one first. The Outlander Oracle, it features, you know, images from the show, people from the show. We're going to get into your person. Oh, this is also like who's coming next in love during cuffing season, because that's coming up, right? We're in those months now. Things are getting cold and everybody's looking for somebody to snuggle up with. Okay, ghetto, I know. But that's coming through. So who's coming next in love? If you're not watching this during cuffing season, if you are, I'm putting that time frame out into the universe. So who are you meeting around that time? So October, November, December, January, February. And I think March is like more so the beginning of spring, but the beginning of March can be cold sometimes too. So there you go. Let's get into it. I want to know if I'm going to do my regular, are you going to have a boo for Halloween? That, I love that, but not everybody. That's like a very short time frame, you know? But let me know. So let's get into it. Group 2's person who's coming next in love during their cuffing season, whatever. Please, Spirit, give me a card for my Group 2's. Who is their person? What do we need to know about them? What do we need to know about them? Please, Spirit, my Group 2's person who's coming next in love for them. Who's going to come and snatch them up? That's what I had to say. That's hilarious. So this person's going to come and snatch you up, right? Ooh, we have 3 of cards, period. This could be 3 people I just heard, so 3 people could be coming in for you guys. Or 1 person, take whatever resonates. I mean, you can only tell how many people can come, wink, wink, shove, shove for you, okay? Here we have the caregiver. We love this. I think this is Claire, honestly. Like, are we focusing or no? Like, don't play with me. There we go. The caregiver. Okay. Put that down for a second. Then I just saw 333 as well, which is Empress energy. 3 is creation, okay? So this person could have kids, or they like taking care of people in general. We have the Spy. How juicy is that? These cards are gorgeous, and like I was saying in group 1, I like that they're big, okay? I like a big deck, okay? Like, look at how, like, let me not even say all that, because that's crazy for me to say, but they have a good area, okay? And now I'm hearing I got holes in different area codes. So that could be you guys this cuffing season. You have different holes in the area codes, okay? So we have the Spy. I do believe the caregiver and the Spy are quite different in energies and, you know, just general not reconnaissance. That is a Spy term. That is hilarious. I meant like general, is it consonants or something about their like bedside manner? That they're different, a Spy versus a caregiver. I mean, I guess. And then here we have a journey. So it is giving different area codes. Because you're going to be, I guess, moving or going on journeys. Or this person will take you on a journey. They come off as caregiver at first glance, and then they give Spy. The more you get to know them, I guess we'll see. So I want to read from the book, because since this is a new deck and we're still going to be getting to know her, move them a little closer so you can see them better. But I want to get into this. This is kind of giving London. So this person could be, that's journey. Yeah, this person could be visiting where you are, or you're going to visit where they are, or it's just representing that it takes a journey for you guys to get together because they live in a different country or a different area code. Okay, let's get the book open. I don't know why that makes me laugh. It's the song itself, because the song is very, very crazy. Okay, I think it's like, I got a white boy on my roster, he be feeding me pasta and lobster, okay? So, like, he hit me up saying, what you doing Tuesday? Let me take you shopping. That song, you know, y'all know the song. Anyway, let's get into it. We have the caregiver. And it's right at the beginning, period. You love to see it. The caregiver is, Jenny Fraser Murray. Family, nurturing, loyalty. From the parent, for the parent, patience and self-control are infinite virtues, okay? Jenny Fraser Murray always has a handkerchief and a comforting hand, though she's also a mother bear defending her family. So someone who very much cares about family and taking care of people, okay? Family, nurturing, loyalty is very important to this person, okay? Let's keep going. We have Spy coming through next, which I think is Frank Randall. Was that Claire's husband? Frank Randall, duality, deception, and control. We don't like that, but hey, It says, Frank spends the war guarding classified reports and undertaking black projects. Not black. This is getting, this reading needs to stop. Without me saying he was a white boy giving you pasta and lobster, now it's saying he's undertaking black projects. That's hilarious, okay? So that could be a little thing coming through. If you caught it, catch it, okay? If it went over your head, leave it there. This foreshadows his keeping of so many secrets in his married life afterwards. So someone who could be a little bit private for their job or just in general, right? I believe Frank Randall, yeah, that was Claire's first husband, okay? That's the man she was married to before she went back in time and met Jamie and fell in love with him instead, right? And I don't know, I didn't like his character. His character wasn't very, I don't know if the author did it on purpose to make us not like him so we rooted for Jamie and Claire, but there was just something so annoying about him. I didn't like him at all, okay? This person could be a bit annoying, I don't know, but Frank Randall was English, and this is like giving Big Ben because he was a spy in the war. So this person could be like, what do you want to call it? This person could have fought in a war. This person could be, you know what that is? Exactly. This person could be secretive because they are a soldier or they were a soldier. And there's certain things that soldiers had to do that they'll never tell people or their loved ones back home, right? I have a friend, he was in the Marines, and I'll be like, oh, so what you, I don't be nosy like that. I'm not trying to know all his business, but I'm like, so what did you used to do? Like, you know, and like of course you come back scarred. And I'm like, oh, you can always tell me if you need someone to talk. He's like, no. I'm like, okay, fine. F me then, huh? Let me stop. I can't, I'm sorry guys. Anyway, yeah, but there's certain things that they had to do that they will never be able to tell people who never had to do it. And that's why the bond they make with their brothers, Marine people, brothers in arms, is so, like, not even sacred, but important, because they saw what they had to do and who they had to become. And the people they love back at home have never seen that side to them. You know what I mean? That's that duality, the person they had to be and the person that they are at home with you or with their family kind of thing, you know? So this person could have had to serve, you know? So small. I mean, and that could make them very irritable. That could make them have split personalities, because there's a person that's angry and there's a person that's sad, the person that could be depressed or dealing with mental issues, and then there's a person that they were before they left. You know what I mean? That could be something that's coming through. They have to deal with war, or they could have been like a war-torn country. This doesn't have to be someone from London, England, or, you know, Great Britain, whatever. This could be someone who grew up in a war-torn country. And funnily enough, we're in the 21st century, you know what I mean? And we're still like dealing with war-torn countries, right? Like Palestine and what they're doing over there to those people. There's like wars in, where is it? I forgot what it's called. Sudan. There's other places in Africa that are still dealing with this to this day. And it's crazy. And the people that come from those circumstances of coming to America and dealing with people who've never really had to deal with stuff like that is crazy. So there may be like a little bit of a sadness, a melancholy to them. They get quiet sometimes. It seems like they go from being happy to sad and quiet. You know what I mean? Introspective, that kind of thing. This could be who this person is, you know, a little bit of a secret side. And because they have to go overseas and do some stuff that they can't ever tell anybody about besides their brothers in arms kind of thing, right? That's coming through. Now let's go to Journey. Not to make this somber right off the bat, but that's what's coming through. We have attributes. Would that be an attribute? I'm not sure, but we'll look anyway. Yes. Lord John on a ship. Oh, this is the guy that was in love with Jamie, I believe. Okay, so Lord John on a ship. Adventure, change, lessons. So this person could have to go on through a lot of lessons. Go on a journey to healing, becoming better, becoming this caregiver, you know, or coming back to the caregiver in them, okay? So the water element signifies a need to walk away from ordinary life and search for something more. This person could have an inkling or a hankling for deeper knowledge, for, you know, spirituality, for stuff like that. They want to know and heal and, you know, grow. As is the case when the porpoise carries Lord John to the Caribbean. I like Lord John, though. I'm not going to lie. I liked him. Maybe not for Jamie, but in general, he was cute. In the show anyway, right? We never know what they look like when we're seeing them or reading about them in books, okay? So this person could be like on the sea a lot, or on a plane, on a train. They could always be traveling, you know, country hopping, island hopping, whatever you want to call it. I'm also hearing this person could have like dark features. I'm getting that vibe about them as well. You know, dark hair, dark eyes, dark hair, light eyes, like her here. Now let's keep going. Now we're going to get to the literary oracle and see what comes through. Group 2, please spirit my group 2s. My group 2s. Who is coming next in love for them this cuffing season, potentially, for my group 2s? Ooh, you see how that fell right into my hands? This person could be put in your hands, or they fall right into your hands. You fall right into their hands. That was nice. I like that. I like it. Let me stop. Okay, so here we have justice. Interesting. You know, this card came, or this word came through for group 1 as well. And what I didn't say for them, I said lawyer, police, detective. What I didn't say for them was someone who could have been in the army. That could be someone who's very big on like law and upholding justice as well, because they fought for their country. They fought so everyone here could still, you know, I guess, live in a democracy or whatever. So justice, this is very important to this person. And look at how it seems like an angel is chasing them, or a dream is chasing them. They could have nightmares, this person. And here we have Rodion Raskolnikov. Hold on, no, I can pronounce this. Rodion Raskolnikov. Yeah, don't play with me. Just gotta sound it out. Okay, let's get one more card from this deck, please, spirit, for my group 2s. Who is coming towards them in love? My group 2s, who's coming towards them in love, please? Who's coming towards them in love? I do believe this person wants a safe place to fall. They want to feel safe. They want to have some kind of peace in their life, whether this unrest they're feeling is because of war or childhood, or it doesn't matter, something they've gone through in life. There's something here about them like craving some kind of peace, which is why they're putty in your hands, you know? Come on, give me something else. Thank you. Appreciate you. We have I love this, because she is the, what is it called? The front of the deck. I love when I get the card as the front of the deck. Okay, so we have Emily Dickinson. Okay. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. So a poet. This, like, that's what I'm getting. A tortured poet, a tortured artist. Like, I'm getting, what is it called? Taylor Swift's last album, the Tortured Poets Society, or whatever I think it was called, or department, the Tortured Poets Department. And that song was, I don't even know if she had a song called the Tortured Poets Department, but I know the album was like very like haunting melody, lilting melody, like kind of like you're on the seas and it's foggy and you start hearing some haunting, scary music, like that kind of energy, haunted kind of energy is what I'm getting with this person, or their life, their circumstance, is it reticence? No, it's something about their continence. I don't know. Something about their presence. We're going to leave it at that. There's a word that describes that, but it's not coming through. It's annoying me though. Anyway, yeah, that's what's coming through. It's kind of giving like haunting, where you're at sea and it's like very foggy, and you know how it's dark, you can't see anything, you're just rolling on the waves and you seem like a little lost, you know? That kind of energy. If I could put it to a character, I love to say it, but it's giving Edward Cullen, okay? Tortured soul, right? Where he was like, oh my gosh, Bella, my soul is damned and you shouldn't love me and I'm not supposed to be happy because I've done bad things and I've unalived people and da-da-da-da-da. And like had Bella fighting for her life just so that she could love that man. Sure, anywho. Like fighting for her life, fighting for his life too in freaking New Moon. Don't piss me off. Anywho, here we have the shadow. Yeah, these are very like spooky, there but not there, corporeal or incorporeal like energies coming through for your person. So 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're not, right? That's kind of what could be coming through for this person. I do want to read the book for these people as well, because it gave some perspective. Oh, don't do that. But we have Justice, this person dealing with nightmares in the car. Then we have this Shadow. And who's the Shadow? Bertha Rochester, okay? And then we have this Poet energy coming through here. So the Tortured Poets department. And like I was going to say, but I forgot to, that album is about Taylor getting over what that man did to her. I don't know if we know what he did to her. I forget his name because he wasn't that important. I didn't care for him, or care for them, honestly, but that's another day, another story. That whole album was her getting over him, and now she has this new album, The Life of a Showgirl, where it's kind of like she's been in this whirlwind romance. She met this guy, they've been dating for some time. He not engaged to her. He is engaged to her, but he proposed to her, another affiance, all that kind of stuff is coming through. So that could be an energy coming through, going from a tortured poet to a showgirl kind of energy. This person is on that journey, on their boat, which can be very lonely, very isolating, very scary. Okay. Very quiet, where there's nothing but you and your thoughts and your mind, especially if you're on this journey alone with no one to talk to. Okay, so this person's very much on a deep hermit kind of energy. They're traipsing the mountains with just a freaking lamplight and their thoughts. They're on a boat, just like bobbing on the ocean with no one to talk to kind of energy, very much in the hermit mode. So this person could be in the hermit mode, and I guess they fall right into your lap in the hermit mode. I don't know, but let's get into the different archetypes that we got here. So the first one is Justice, which is 31. Oh, well, we flip right to the Poet, so we'll start with the Poet, I guess. It says introspection, self-expression, and reflection. Guidance. The Poet is our deepest and most trustful adventurer, exploring her own soul with the same acuity as she does the world around her. In solitude, in the gathering of our thoughts, in our believing in their value, this is where the poets find their power. Okay, and Emily Dickinson, The Poems of Emily Dickinson, Reading Edition. Dickinson's poetry weaves a delicate web of emotions, exploring the mysteries of life, death, and the unseen. Very much what this reading is about. I feel like this person's very much into these things, or like battling these things, grappling with them. Her words invite us to peer into the quiet corners of existence, where the profound truths are whispered rather than shouted. You see whispers and hauntings and ghosts and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a haunted person, or just like a very lonely person, maybe. Through her verse, she offers a mirror to the soul, reflecting the beauty and depths of inner contemplation. The truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. This person's very much like, they spy. Yeah, they're always in the shadows, always finding out the darkness, the secrets. They keep secrets. They have a lot of secrets. They're a very private person kind of thing. But it's all because, I don't know if they're grappling with something, or just they like to be in that very tortured energy. I don't know, but that's what's coming through. Especially because we have the spy, and then we have the unseen, and we have all that coming through. Let's keep going. The next one would be 25. The Shadow. The Shadow is fear, concealment, and shame. Guidance. Shadow can only exist in its relation to light. This is the primary lesson of the shadow. We all have darkness inside ourselves, and acknowledging this fact is just as important as fighting against it. A shadow can be an implement of good. So, Bertha Rochester from Jane Eyre's books, Charlotte Bronte. Bertha, hidden away in the shadows of the addict, is the embodiment of the suppressed and untamed forces within. I'm hearing they deal with a lot of things in their psyche and mental problems. This person could deal with like a lot of darkness mentally, depression, personality disorders, stuff like that. You know what I mean? That could be a thing. Because it's kind of giving me that, the psyche, the darkness, the 12th house, things that people are scared to bring into the light. This person could be dealing with these issues but not letting anybody know about them, which is why they turn into the brooding, lonely, isolated person they could be or are, okay? So her presence haunts Jane and Rochester, representing the dark secrets and desires that can no longer be obtained. This person also have like a dark sexual appetite. Bertha's tragic existence calls attention to the parts of ourselves we deny, urging us to face the shadows in order to heal. This is a long quote, Jesus. What it was, whether beast or human being, one could not at first sight tell. It groveled, seemingly on all fours. It snatched and growled like some strange wild animal. But it was covered with clothing, and a quantity of dark, grizzled hair, wild as a mane, hid its head and face. Aw. Yeah, this person could feel like separate from everybody else. They feel a little bit like a monster kind of thing. I just want to help this person. They're so little. Yeah. So this person could give a little bit like wild and untamed energy. And then last but not least, we're going to go and find justice. 21, 31. Okay. Justice is guilt, reckoning, karma. Wow. This person is freaking, what's up with them? Like, dang, can't we be happy or something? Like, come on, this energy is depressing me. Child, together. Anywho, guidance. Even the dog out there crying, moaning. Like, come on now. We are aware of justice as a concept, but it is often hard to envision it in reality. It's this person's like womp, 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 like sad, woe is me. Edward, yes, sorry. But it is often hard to envision it in reality. Its inaction can often seem unjust. It is best to seek the embodiment of justice in people who bend the world toward a more just vision rather than those who seek vengeance and retribution. Okay, so it's better to bend the world to people who seek vision more than those who seek vengeance and retribution. Okay, cool. I'm like, what you trying to say here? So Rodion Raskolnikov, Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. I don't care. Okay. Raskolnikov walks the fine line between guilt and redemption as his crime haunts him with relentless force. His internal battle between moral law and personal philosophy unfolds as a journey toward the reckoning of his soul. This story is a meditation on justice, where the universe demands balance and the price of wrongdoing must be paid. And it says to go wrong in one's own way is better than to go right in someone else's. Very interesting. This is also giving me, I don't know if you've ever, well, it's giving me gory, scary, spooky, what's his name? Edgar Allan Poe vibes. I don't know if you guys know, but he has a short story called A Telltale Heart that we read in high school. And basically the moral of the story is someone who unalives somebody, but even after the fact, they're still able to hear the heart of the person. It's beating through the walls, through the floorboards, right? And their guilt is that's okay, the physical embodiment of their guilt taking over and like not letting them forget they unalive someone, right? And I believe that ends up turning them crazy or them turning themselves into the police. I forget how it ends, but basically this person's haunted by the wrongdoings they've done. This would make the most sense if this person was a spy or someone in the law or soldier, right? Because there's things you have to do, like I said, that kind of makes you go a little nutty. You know what I mean? You're no longer human. You're part animal. The things they made you do is kind of like, what the heck is this kind of thing, you know? So that's kind of what's coming through here. This makes sense for someone who's done some stuff, and that makes sense for Edward's character in Twilight because he is a vampire and he went on a whole killing spree when he first turned into, like a little bit after turning into a vampire. He didn't want to drink animals' blood. He rebelled against Carlisle and was doing some stuff, right? And then he came back to the fold, but that part of his life always haunts him and makes him think he's undeserving of love. So this person here, very tortured poet, okay? They have a lot of love and they want to give love. A caregiver is giving cancer vibes, but they can't because they've been through some things, okay? Okay, I think they can't, but it's hard for them. We'll leave it at that. Whew. So yeah, there's some guilt this person's grappling with, I feel like. So that's what's coming through for your person. I don't know why that's their mate. And we haven't even got to tarot yet. What the heck is wrong with me? Okay, let's go to the tarot cards. What more can you tell me about this person, please, Spirit? Who's coming next in love? Maybe read these literatures if you want to know more about your person, I guess. If you're that invested, I feel like. Look, yeah, we have the Nine of Swords. They can't sleep. They're tortured. There's something that they have done in life or that they can't get over. They could have hurt people. Okay, this card wants to fall out. We have the King of Swords. Interesting. Yeah, very quiet. They deal with their pain by themselves. They don't like to involve other people. So kind of like a martyr is the vibe that's coming through with this person. Like, I went through it. I did it. So I have to deal with it by myself. That kind of thing. Okay. And look at how scary this demon looks. The demons they're dealing with or this person that by themselves is a little scary or intimidating. Jesus. Okay, group 2's person, please, Spirit. Group 2's person. Who's coming next in love for them? Who's coming next in love for my group 2's this cuffing season? Okay, we'll take these. Okay, you. We have the 7 of Cups, and it says pick your poison. Very interesting. 7 of Cups and energy of daydreaming. This is a daydreamer, a dreamer. We already know that because we have the Justice, then we have the Poet card coming through here, and then we have that seeking more, seeking better in the journey coming through as well. So that's something. Very soft-hearted individual, which is why the things they may have done or may not have done or the things they've been through affects them so much. See, I want to say it affects them so, like out of a literature novel, please. This person can speak like that, though. If they came out of a novel or something. And it's funny because that's what Bella said about Edward, too. She's like, you speak like you're from a different time. You're ice cold. You have reflexes, whatever she was saying to him. And here we have the 8 of Swords, which is victim mentality. So it's kind of like stuck and you can't get out, but you can get out. It's you keeping yourself back, which is why they need to go on a journey of healing, which they are. I feel like they want to get better. They don't want to be this sad person anymore. They don't want to be this anxious ridden person anymore. They don't want to be, they can't sleep at night. This is reminding me of someone I know, and I just don't want to say that. He is a Cancer as well. He is a caregiver. He takes care of his father, his sick father, all while working. He is a very light sleeper. Here we have 4 of Swords, which is sleeping. Look at that, sleeping, resting, and rejuvenation. But it's also like contemplation and meditation as well. And it's also giving vampire in his coffin. So this person can be a little bit of like a night owl. Or they can never get enough sleep. Because here we have the clock next to the bed. And he doesn't even seem to... Is his eyes closed? Yeah, his eyes are not closed. It's giving vampire. This person could like have very pale skin. Tying back into the whole from London. I gotta wear my Rasta, okay, energy. They're pale. They could be very attractive as well. Because if it's giving vampire, vampires are usually depicted as being very attractive individuals. Okay, anything else coming through? The cards are not talking anymore. Maybe that's the last card we're supposed to take. Can I get at least one more card to describe this person? Thank you, Spirit. Right. 3 of Swords. Okay, that's enough. We're done with this energy. I'm done with this energy. I'm done with it. This is sad. Woe is me. I understand it, but there's only so much a girl can take. A King of Swords. We'll go with that. This person's very intelligent, very smart, but also very reserved. Can be a little cold. Like, this is not the kind of person who's gonna be chasing after you, texting you all the time, wanting to always be with you, because they keep a shield up, right? This person could be coming in to be a lesson, you know, because King of Swords always gives me a teacher of lessons. That could be the kind of vibe they are representing for you. I don't know. It just really depends. Like, I think if this person can overcome these demons that they so, like, obviously are fighting, then I think things can go well. But this is just who they are. This is not about the relationship you'll have with them. Maybe I should get some cards on that real quick. This person is very much a dreamer. They want a better life than what they have. They always yearn and want. They're a yearner. Oh, yes. Oh, Lord. Yes. Yes. That is a perfect word for this person. They are a yearner. There are still men, women, whoever this person is that yearn. This person's yearning. Oh, yes. That is a perfect word. That just gave me all the clarity I needed. A yearner. Absolutely. But they think they're yearning for something they can't get, which is annoying because good luck, guys. Oh, the ghetto. Group 2's person, please, Spirit. Give us some more information. What else can you tell about this person? I will get some, you know what, before I forget, what will their relationship be like with this person, just to see? Because this is just about them. This isn't about the connection you have with them. Let's see what comes through. Okay. We have the devil. Oh my. Spicy. Okay. A little debased, right? Maybe like a little, the devil isn't healthy. So it could be a little unhealthy. This is very, very interesting. The devil represents attachments, it represents addictions, things we can't break free from. This person may drag you into the dark with them. Guys, stop it. Be careful out here in these streets. Page of Wands, exciting, something new. You know what y'all are giving me? You're giving me the Bella to their Edward. You want to make them feel loved, and sometimes it's not up to you to make someone feel loved. They gotta do it themselves, child. But the Page of Wands is gonna be an exciting journey, exhilarating. You know what I mean? You could be a caregiver yourself. You want to help heal them. But, child, anywho, let me stop being in your business. The Page of Wands is fire sign energy, so Aries, Leo, Sag. The Page of Wands is the messenger. So maybe messaging. Ooh, the devil and Page of Wands together is giving, you know, spicy messages. So, and because look how he's in the dinosaur suit and then the fire is being spewed out of his mouth. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, what else is coming through? How many cards are these? Okay, we'll take them. The connection between you and them. It may be a little bit addictive and obsessive. I'm just going to put that out there. Here we have the Three of Wands. Exciting, liberating is the vibe that's coming through. Is this Wands or Swords? Yeah, Wands. Three of Wands. It's exploration, exploring new things. When it comes to, you know, 18 plus variety. Okay. And then we have a Knight of Swords. See, there's going to be a lot of good conversations. That could be the thing that kind of gets you with them. If you like intellectual conversations, you like talking about literature and, you know, tortured things, whatever tortured things may be. I know, like, one of the main things that Edward and Bella kind of, what is it called? Bonded over was, like, music and, like, talking about different things and stuff like that. That could be the vibe coming through, conversations. So that's coming through. We have a Knight of Swords. This is like something action, okay? Where they're going after what they want. This person could like chase you and make you feel wanted, that kind of thing, needed, craving, or whatever. They make you feel like they need you. Yeah, that's what's coming through. Inspired action is the Knight of Swords. So it's kind of giving, they meet you, you know, everything is good in the adult variety, like, you know, very attraction, all that kind of stuff. It feels very intoxicating, kind of like you're drinking alcohol and you're getting drunk on this person, which is why it's hard for you to, because when you're drunk, your inhibitions are low. So you're going to let them say and lull you into anything, especially if they're giving, oh my gosh, woe is me, I'm so sad, and you're just under their spell on the boat with them now, stuck, child, in the middle of the ocean. And maybe they are inspired to, you know, get better or do better because they meet you or whatever. Who knows? We'll see. I believe that's the gist of Twilight movies. He meets Bella and realizes that life is worth living. And then she ends up turning into a vamp to spend eternity with him. It's time for me to do a Twilight rewatch because it's been coming through too much now, okay? When it gets a little colder, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. It's Halloween season. I got to. But that's what's coming through here. This is like, it's giving, look, a ninja sneaking through the window, like a thief of the night. And all these red candles burning, red hot passion is very much a thing because we have that coming through here again. So that is what the relationship is going to be like. It may not be like long. I mean, cuffing season is kind of that, you know, spewing filthy words to somebody, right? Three of Wands, exploring new things, being with someone you've never been with before, maybe exploring things you never explored before, feeling emotions you never felt before, that kind of thing. So, you know, I can understand. Or just feeling a deep connection with someone that you never felt. The way Bella was so adamant that Edward was her person, that she kind of like gave up mortality to be with him. That kind of thing. Be careful you don't do that unless you want to. Be careful out here. Okay. Group 2's persons. Back to them now. What more can you tell us about their person? These are going to be the last cards we get before we're done, okay? If you like the video, hype it, because you can do that now. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, please and thank you. If you want to book a reading ever, you can do so by emailing me. My email is in the description box below. We have the Hearth. It says, "Aw, happiness in our hearts and homes." The caregiver, yeah, that could be a thing as well, where you feel very well taken care of by them. So it's like, it's worth it dealing with your demons to be with you. And some people are like that. So like I said, not too much on this person, okay? I guess, you know. But make sure they're healing and you're not dealing with their BS, right? Because this person, everyone has BS. Okay. Thank you. The Hearth is the home. And look at how we have the freaking gargoyles. This person's very protective as well. Like, it's giving you feel safe with them because we have this gargoyle here. And the gargoyles were meant to protect the house and the home. That's why lions and gargoyles and scary things were, like, placed on homes in, like, was it medieval times or whatever? It was to protect the home, to scare people away. You know, they were to act as a deterrent from evil energies, gargoyles and things like that. So it's like, I feel safe and it's warm and cozy at home, so I know this person's gonna protect me. Love to see it. Okay, here we have winter, the sacredness of pausing. Things may seem to flow, life kind of pauses when you're with this person. It's kind of like winter when nature is at rest. The bears are hibernating, the trees are dead or sleeping until they wake up in spring. Like that kind of energy. You finally take a nice breath. It's nice and cool. This could be happening during winter because, you know what I mean? Cuffing season is during winter, child. Don't play with me. But like when the leaves are falling, they kind of give like a retreat in the mountains. Quiet, serene, cold, right? And you just want to cuddle up to them. They're your own little ice pick. Your own little Edward. Unhand me. And then we have Skull of Stars. Infinite possibilities. So you definitely see the possibilities. That is giving Three of Wands. Okay? That is giving Three of Wands. You have, what is it called? Explored options of the Two of Wands, and now the Three of Wands is like you're setting course for this one thing that you know that you want. There's no more confusion. So things could be very clear when you're with this person that it's them. You know what I mean? I'm hearing it's you. It's always been you. I'm also hearing the holiday for whatever reason. That movie, that Christmas movie could be important as well. The holiday. That could be important to this connection. Maybe you meet this person on the holiday. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, it's giving cabin because we have the mountain, that we have the fireplace. Maybe if you plan a little cabin trip this fall or winter, you may run into this person. You know what I mean? They want to escape from reality. So there's a sense of escapism when you're with this person, right? Yeah, and that could be addicting. Like I said, alcohol lowers your inhibitions. Now you're stuck, okay? So be careful with this person, but have fun with you guys. You only live once. Anywho, I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe like I already said. Okay, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you want to book with me, email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose group 3, then you're in the right place. We're going to be getting into who is coming next in love, the age-old question, okay? This cuffing season is going to be the time frame we're focusing on in this reading, okay? So who's coming next in love this cuffing season? If you're watching after cuffing season, that's great. That's fine as well. Just this is going to be who's coming next in love. So I got 2 new decks for you guys today. So just wait, okay? So we're going to be getting into the Outlander Oracle. I love the show. I love me some Jamie. The books are great too. So we're going to be getting into this. Okay, I'm so excited. When I saw these decks at the stove, I was like, yeah, let's get into it. Don't threaten me with a good time, child. Okay, it is Halloween season. It is October. It is fall. So we will be using the Halloween oracles here, and here. Okay, this person could talk like that, honestly. Or they can have like a voice they put on a character, because I'm like, I don't know why I'm acting very like theatric in your reading. This person could be a theater person, period. Okay, anywho, and then we have the literary oracle we're going to be using as well. This person could have an accent. God. So we have these 2 new decks. We're going to get into those first. So let's get into them. We're going to be getting into the Outlander Oracle to get into who is coming next. Who's this person? That's what we're going to be focused on in this reading. I didn't want to get into how they'll treat you, but that would be another reading, I guess. because there's so much to find out about this person. We don't got time to be getting into other things. I like to get deep when it comes to getting to know who these people are, because I want you to know everything, or everything I can get from you anyway, without being here for hours. So this person can like to get deep in every sense of the word. Okay, if you're nasty, if you're grown. Here we have patience. Interesting. Yeah, this person's going to be very patient. I think this person wants to know everything about their person, so they're going to be very patient. It takes more than a few dates to get to know that person. So, you know, get to know a person, period. So let's see what else comes through. Who is coming towards my group 3s in love? This was the first time that I was able to, you know, articulate everything in a beautiful way and wrap everything up. It could be because you're the last group, or it could be because this person's really good with their words, you know. Especially if they are a theater person, they make you feel their words instead of like, you know, just hearing them. Okay. No. Keep stuff like I heard. Oh, please, for my group 3s person. Who's coming next in love for my group 3s? Thank you. We have helplessness. Ooh, look at that. Nothing tying you up. One more card just for shits and giggles. Okay, we have the Tower. Wow. Interesting. Y'all better stop playing out here. Okay, so move these to the side. We have patience, we have helplessness, and we have the Tower. This is definitely giving me someone who wants to tie people up, who likes to see people helpless, who likes to tear them down to build them back up, who wants them squirming, screaming, we're wriggling in pleasure, pain, whatever. That's what it's giving me. It's giving me, there's a book that I've been reading. It's a series, and the final book finally came out, like, I think last week. And I have been doing a reread of the whole series to finally get to the book, and I finally got to the last book this morning, and I'm like, okay, I gotta do a reading. I gotta do something to like just build this up. I gotta angst, and yes, exactly. I gotta do something different to build up this is the last book. I can't just finish it in one. I can't do too much, you know. That kind of anticipation, angst is what's coming through, and this person's patient enough to do it. It's giving me the character from the book. It's called the Lioness series, whatever. It's based on the folklore of Tristan and Isolde, whatever, from the Irish folklore. So the author, Sierra Simone, kind of finagled it into this like BDSM kind of story where it's like, instead of just the two of them being together, there's a third guy, or the main guy, who is the villain but also their lover kind of thing. So it's like a throuple situation. And basically this is giving me the main guy, Mark Trevena, I think his name is. I know his name is, let me stop. And he is just a deviant child. I cannot, we love to see it, but he's just, what? We love him. He's my favorite character, because like I love people who have like a redemption arc. If you don't know of course you don't know the books unless you read them as well, which let me know in the comments, because yes, Lord. He's gonna give me like a Zuko character, where he was quite patient when it came to capturing the Avatar from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Who else? Giving a Christian Grey from 50 Shades of Grey, you know, that kind of thing, where he was willing to wait to get what he wanted. Very like calculated individual here, but it is giving that they're going to wait for you to be, you know, begging, whimpering, whatever you want to call it, to get what they want. So this person's very patient in waiting for their, I don't know, dessert, you know. But anyway, this is like a very intense person, right? Be careful with this person, guys. You have a lot of red and fire coming through. They're willing to wait long to get what they want. Yes. Okay, let's get into the book to see what more these cards can tell us about this person. Okay, so we have patience, which would be an attribute. They split the book up, or the deck up, in attributes versus portraits. So the portraits are people, the attributes are the people in the book on specific missions, okay? So, and this is also giving me when, stop, this is bringing back memories. There was a part in season something in Outlander where Jamie was captured and they was doing some things to that man that he never fully recovered from. Yeah. That's coming through. Maybe that's what they're going to be talking about there. But this is giving me two different people tied up. So let's see. Oh boy, that show was intense, guys. Outlander, child. Okay, where is P? We have helplessness coming up first, but I want to get into P. Where's P? Patience. Thank you. So patience is Frank waits for Claire. Oh yeah, she was gone for whoever knows how long, but that girl was gone. She was falling in love with Jamie Fraser. Yeah, she was. But it says space, stillness, and adjustment. Okay, Frank must resign himself to Claire's disappearance and await her return, and then wait longer for their marriage to heal. Child, yeah, definitely very patient person. I think it like I said, it lands in their favor, but also a lot of resilience with this person, because child, I'm not patient, so I don't understand people who are. I'm like, I want it now, thank you. Okay, so this person may teach you patience, you know, very patient. The next page is the helplessness. It says Gayless and Claire tied up in a pit, lack of control, fear, and inner critic. Outspoken Gayless and Claire are trapped and could be burned as witches. I remember this part. Yo, they're bringing back memories of the show that I forgot. Like, I'm so deep in the whole colonization and the world war that Claire and Jamie are, you know, involved in like America. They're in America now. We're in the new colony and whatever. I forgot the things they went through to get to that point. Yo, that's crazy. I remember this. They were going to be burned at the stake. I forgot how they got out, but dang. Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted. Be burned as witches if the local judges condemn them. The two feel trapped and without choices, but with ingenuity, a new answer can present itself. Okay, ingenuity is here. Ingenuity, Jamie and his men before the battle of Preston Pans. Resourcefulness, willpower, inner strength. When outnumbered like Jamie and his men against the English, one learns to find a solution through stealth rather than direct conflicts. That's what they're speaking about, how Claire got out of, or Claire and Gayless got out of feeling helpless with stealth rather than direct conflict. Okay, so Claire was good at that in the books, in the show. She was, okay. So that's coming through. This person found a way to take back their power in moments of feeling helpless, and that could, you know, incorporate patience and other things. Whew. Okay, and then the last one would be the Tower, and I'm like, okay, the Tower. And funny how you guys got all attributes and you haven't gotten a portrait yet, you haven't gotten a person. I find that very interesting. The Tower. The burning of the big house at Fraser's Ridge. Upheaval, chaos, change. Change can be traumatic and heartbreaking, as it is for Claire and Jamie when their precious home at Fraser Ridge burns to the ground. But it can also bring renewal and revival and strength and rebuilding. So this person has been through some stuff. This is giving group 2. Stop it. You know, but in a different way, I feel like, okay? So I feel like this person has been through some stuff, and they use that pain to bring some power back into their life, or to gather power against other people. You know what I mean? Yeah, because Christian Grey came from like a very bad household, but he turned that into him becoming a billionaire and ended up falling in love and finding his forever partner, and, you know, healing and getting over certain things, instead of it having him deteriorate and become this mean, vile, crusty person. I mean, he was for a while there, okay? But he healed from it, which is, like I was saying, the Zuko arc. Yes, this person's giving villain, guys. Okay, they're giving redemption arc kind of thing, because Zuko started off as we hated him in the Avatar: The Last Airbender, but it wasn't until we saw what made him the way he was, so how his father was vile. Like, you cannot grow up in an environment as vile and hostile and volatile as Zuko grew up in and not turn into an evil villain. He was basically hunting the Avatar to get Grace to come back home and to have his father love him. We can understand the motives when it comes to that. But if we are just thinking about it, oh, he just wants to kill somebody for no reason, we're kind of like, what's the problem? Like, what's wrong with you? And then we see the home he came from. We're kind of like, there's the missing puzzle piece. Now it makes sense. But he didn't stay in that miserable, evil energy. He became a hero at the end of the series. We love this here. We like this. Okay. Anywho, so yeah, someone who turned the things that made them them into something that made them a better person, I guess you could say, is what this person's giving, okay? This person has experienced having to have patience. They have experienced helplessness, and they've experienced their life turning over and over and over again. They're falling just to have to build it back up, child, the ghetto. This person needs a hug. But let's get some cards from this deck here, the Literary Oracle, to give a little bit more about who this person is, who's coming next in love. Yeah, there's some people who like want to be absolved right away, and there's certain people who know it takes work. This is the person who knows it takes work, because even though Claire came back and was pregnant by next man, okay, and have that next man's baby, Frank ended up forgiving her, and they ended up having, I guess, a somewhat normal marriage after they went through some things. Okay, so yeah, okay, let's get some more cards. Who is coming next in love for my group? Threes. Almost forgot the group we're on. This person's strength is going, so you're going to admire their strength. And it's also taking me back to the Mark Trevena character in the Lioness series or trilogy, because he was someone who exactly what I was saying, where you're wondering why this person is so cold, so mean, so calculating, so unfeeling. And then you understand why, because I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, but there's a reason why that man is the way he is in the books, okay? And I think we're finally getting a little bit of his perspective in the last book, which is why I'm excited to get back to it. So let's get group 3 over with. But there's something here about angst and adversity and pain and overcoming that, because they don't want to stay in that forever. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry. But all these characters that I'm talking about is just definitely, yeah, they're giving the same thing. And I used to not like Frank, honestly. In Outlander, he used to annoy me. But I came around to him. I mean, you can't compare Jamie and Frank and expect people to like Frank, you know? That's all I can say about that. And Jamie also went through some stuff. He is the poster child for this energy here. It didn't make him jaded and upset and mean. It made him like want to be better and help other people become better as well. We love Jamie Fraser around here. If you haven't watched the show, I just watch it. It's so good, and Jamie is so Jamie. Like, oh my gosh. The accent. Didn't I say this person gonna have an accent at the beginning? Jamie is definitely... Okay, let's keep going. I'm getting distracted. Jamie has an accent, and we're not mad at the accent. Anyway. This person could be into nicknames as well, because he called Claire Sassenach, and I think it was called... I forgot what the nickname meant. Child, I haven't watched it at the beginning anyway in a while. It could mean like from somewhere else or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Here we have Colonel Kurtz. This guy sounds familiar. Colonel Kurtz. We'll see where he's from. Destruction. Child, I know y'all not serious right now. Here we have the villain. Didn't I say this person is the villain? Exactly. And then we have the monster. What the heck? What the hell is going on here? I don't like this anymore. We have destruction, the villain, and the monster. What the heck? Okay. We've already established this person has redeeming qualities, so we're not going to get too excited about this, okay? Let me see what comes through in this book. Colonel Kurtz. He sounds very familiar. He's 34. Heart of Darkness. Is this I've read this. Heart of Darkness. Where did I read this from? Oh, we read this in high school. I knew Colonel Kurtz sounded familiar. Okay. So it says madness, power, and collapse. Any follower of Shiva, would tell you that destruction is the handmaiden of creation. And we have the tower. And what did it say for the tower? When things are burned down, it allows you to create something new from the ashes or whatever. You know, it's giving a phoenix. Finding your way in this eternal circle, both glorious and deadly, is the path of an intentional and artful life. But be wary of destruction. innate power, which can only be vanquished by empathy. Colonel Kurtz from Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad. Kurtz's descent into the heart of the jungle mirrors his fall into moral darkness. Consumed by power and madness, he became a symbol of destruction, not only of the world around him, but of his own soul as well. His final words, the horror, echo in the inevitable collapse of unchecked ambition and human savagery. It was as though a veil had been rent. I saw on that ivory face the expression, hold on now, I can read. I saw on that ivory face the expression of somber pride, of ruthless power, of craven terror, of an intense and hopeless despair. Heart of Darkness, but they had us reading this in high school. It's so rude. But anyway, yeah, I think it's people who get stuck in like a jungle, and Colonel Kurtz was someone who was in the jungle for the longest time. And he was like just killing people, child, and not understanding that the people who are now on this jungle or in this jungle were in the same position you were in. You know, instead of having empathy, you was picking them off. Is this the guy who went hunting for fun? Interesting. I can't remember the full story, but Heart of Darkness is definitely, there was some stuff going on in that book. Which is why, once again, why they had us reading it in high school. I don't understand, but hey. I think Heart of Darkness is that. Yeah, they get shipwrecked, and there's this person who like is in control on the island, and he's like setting people out to kill people, and he's like the big honcho, and yeah, that's coming through. Read the book. Or the short story. It's interesting. But next we have the villain. This is interesting. Oh my goodness. This is perfectly describing the characters. Like I said, Mark Trevena is giving Christian Grey, Zuko. They have power. They have influence. They were seen as villains, monsters. They did have some destruction. Oh, and I flipped right to the villain. How interesting. Okay. So chaos, malevolence, and darkness. It is time to face the darkness within and address unresolved fears or conflicts. Villains arise where isolation and bitterness fester. The chaos in your life signals an inner or outer battle that needs resolution. Ask yourself, where do I feel cut off from joy? And how can I heal this divide before it consumes me? The villain is often a reflection of our deepest fears and feelings of estrangement. Confront what feels monstrous in your life. Only then can the darkness be banished. The villain urges you to shine light into the darkness. Allow yourself to face the shadow before it consumes and destroys you. Face the shadow before it consumes and destroys you. This person has done that, thankfully. Because please. So, Grendel, I never heard this guy. I've never been with a baddie. Let me stop. It's from Beowulf, unknown circa 8th century. The monster Grendel terrorizes the kingdom of Danes as his bitterness at observing their feasts, songs, and celebrations of life drives his monstrous behavior. He is an outsider lurking in the shadows, an embodiment of the darkness we often fear to face. In slaying Grendel, Beowulf engages in the eternal battle between light and shadow, a rite of a soul's evolution through conflict. So yeah, there's darkness to this person, but there's also light, okay? The grim and greedy wight of destruction, all fierce and furious, was soon ready for his task and laid hold of 30 thanes, all as they lay sleeping, and away he wended, faring homeward and exulting in the booty. Stop. To revisit his dwellings full of slaughter. This is interesting. Anywho, we're going to move on to the monster. I know this one. This is Frankenstein, I think. Frankenstein's monster. Sorry. The monster is not named Frankenstein. It's something people love to point out. So the monster is fear, isolation, anger. So there's something here about fear and isolation. That keeps coming through. Okay, but let's read. Let's see. The creature, Frankenstein, Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley. The creature born from ambition and scientific hubris is a reflection of the consequences of playing God. His longing for acceptance turns to anger when he is rejected, revealing the pain of isolation and the danger of unchecked creation. The story of Frankenstein's monster serves as a meditation on the responsibilities we bear for what we bring into the world. I ought to be that Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel. Interesting. This person could have like a thirst for freaking power and stuff like that. That just keeps coming through. They could be greedy. Mark Trevena in a reading, I tell you, he wanted his cake and eat it too. There was something here about avenging something here. You've been wrong, and then you want to avenge those wrongs that have been done to you. But in doing so, you end up finding some kind of absolution or revelation, you know, or awakening, whatever. So this person might do some stuff. A little bit of darkness to them for sure. Let's get into the tarot cards. Who's coming next in love for my group? So a power trip is very much a thing. Their way or the highway. Very commanding, very bossy. Group 3's person who's coming next in love for them, please, Spirit, give us the information we need to know. You have death. Come on now. Scorpio vibes. I think I did say this person is giving intense. This person could be a little scary as well. We have Page of Cups. It's giving a little bit of a flirt. Maybe having many paramours is what I just heard. Stop it. Not many different paramours. The big words coming through for y'all. Like I said, well spoken as well. This person gonna be older, jaded. Group 3's person, please. What's coming next in love for them? We have Justice. This is quite an interesting person. And I do feel like this person is a good mix of Group 1 and Group 2. Because so far, everybody's been getting like their person a little bit intimidating. But Death and Scorpio vibes is like the epitome of that. So Group 3's person, please, Spirit, who's coming next in love for my Group 3's? We have 4 of Pentacles, and this came through in Group 1. Justice came through in Group 1. Like, stop playing. Justice came through in Group 2 as well. Okay, so Death, very possessive, because 4 of Pentacles is that kind of energy as well. Mine, or hoarding things. This person could be a bit of a hoarder. Ooh. Who's coming next in love for my Group 3's, please? Spirit, who? This person could be a bit of a player. Because when I was saying who, I was hearing who in my head. And usually when I hear that, I think of an owl. And how owls are wise and they represent wisdom and, you know, experiences, whatever. But instead of that, I'm hearing, who's calling my phone? Who's calling my... the ghetto. And then he goes on to say, is it Stacy? Is it whatever? He names all these names. So it's giving all these people calling their phone the ghetto. I'm like, can we go back to the owl? I don't want to hear Drake. I hate that song. I can't. But anyway, we have this coming through. Let's put these down. Who's calling my phone? Who's calling that? That's what's coming through for this person. They could have a lot of people calling their phone. But Death, it's I don't know. This figure, I don't even know what this thing is called, giving this girl a flower and her like smiling at it. It's like, girl, what are you doing? Run. Why are you smiling at this monster? Like, what are we doing here? Death is not your friend. This is giving someone who's dangerous, but you're like laughing and giggling anyway. Like, you know they're no good, but you're sitting there all up in their face. I just saw 555 as well, so I don't know. We shall see. This is like, oh, this person's so sweet just to me. That kind of thing. They're mean to everyone else, but just only sweet to the people they care about, right? Giving scary monster. And I do believe there was something about Frankenstein's monster where he was like only nice to one person. Or it could have been the person who was nice to him. He was nice to. So this person could like have like a dark backstory, life, you know, presence. And it's kind of like when they are mean to people who are mean to them, but when you're nice to them, they're nice to you, that kind of thing. Where you know how some people just look scary and look mean and people just don't like them for no reason kind of energy. And then people just are mean to them for no reason. So they had to be mean. Like I was saying, Zuko, he was a sweet kid. It was until his father was mean to him and burned half his face off that he turned evil. And his father said the only way you will ever get any kind of grace in my court is if you go and kill the Avatar. And then he spent his whole life trying to appease his father until he finally said, that's enough. And he reclaimed his life. So there could be some kind of influence in this person's life that had them so dark, but a part of them still remain like innocent and light. And of course, you know, people who haven't had the easiest life turn out to be a little mean sometimes, right? And then people end up being mean back to them. But there are specific people who you're mean to them, they're still nice to you. And then you kind of have like not a kinship, but you are nice to them and they kind of gentle you out. You know, who was that for Zuko? Maybe in the episode where he's trapped in Ba Sing Se with Katara. I don't know why I said her name like that. He's trapped in Ba Sing Se with Katara, and they are both like being held captive. And I believe that he opens up to Katara, you know what I mean, which kind of started the ship between the two of them, but it's no for me. It's her and Aang forever. Thank you. But anyway, they open up to each other. They have a heart-to-heart. And then I think Katara offers to use her healing water, all that she has left from the Northern Air Temple, to heal his scar. And it was at that moment where she showed him such kindness for someone who has been hunting her and one of her good friends for years now. She was offering to heal him. And he was like, really? But something happened before it could happen. And thankfully, because she ended up using that water to heal Aang when what's her name, Azula, unalived him, you know? The ghetto. But anyway, it's giving someone showed you that one small act of kindness, and then your heart starts to thaw a little bit. So yeah, it's kind of giving that with the death. And you're kind of like, for me? Oh my goodness. Okay. Page of Cups is that softness in them coming out, right? It's hard to get close to a Scorpio. They have a lot of walls up. Okay, so when it comes to this death energy here, like I said, you kind of like surpass the walls, but they come off as just scary, but they have this softness to them that wants to receive love, who wants to hear nice words, because pages represent the messengers and cups are sweet nothings. They're emotions. They're feeling safe, right? They're feeling creation, life, I meant to say, sorry. But creation, you can create things through the cups. Like that also is about like art and stuff like that. But anyway, this person wants to hear nice things, or they tell people nice things when they get the chance to. If you give them the chance to, I guess I could say. Interesting. But look at how she's like dancing and has her like cup and has her pet fish. This person could like be nice to animals, you know, because how sometimes animals are like more gracious than humans, right? You know, they have like a special connection to animals. This person could. Which is why they're coming through as part monster, part animal, whatever this thing in the middle there is, right? I want to know more about this story here. I've never heard of this Beowulf character. I wonder if the monster ends up sparing him in some kind of way because he was nice to him or something, you know? Anywho, we have Justice. So I don't think this person's like just walks around wanting to be mean to everyone. If you're mean to them, they're mean to you, that kind of thing. They believe in like tit for tat, right? It's kind of giving me the, funnily enough, there's a new song by, what's her name? Tate McRae. And I believe it's called Tit for Tat. And Spotify be playing it. I'm like, I don't want to hear this. But it's basically like when you do me something wrong, I do you something wrong back. You do me something good, I do something good back. That kind of thing. This person could like, you know, believe in all that. But justice is also about doing what's right, doing what's just. So this person does believe in that. But maybe in like a skewed kind of way, you know? Then we have the Four of Pentacles. Like I said, a very possessive, reserved kind of energy. They kind of keep to themselves, this person. They have a tender heart, them. And they, you know, some people put on a shell to protect that heart. This person could be giving Cancer energy as well. What else do we have? We have Eight of Swords. This is victim mentality, being stuck in your head, being stuck in your own experiences. Something holding you back. But it's you that's holding you back, essentially, the Eight of Swords. And then we have the Ten of Wands, which is the burdens. And look at how we have another monster character coming through. He kind of looks like, what's his name? Quasimodo. From, see? Aw, stop it. Ten of Wands. He's kind of giving Quasimodo from the Hunchback of Notre Dame, where he was so nice, but no one gave him the chance to be nice because they just saw him and said, oh no, monster, and run. This person may not be the most cute person in the bunch, is kind of what I'm getting from this. And you know how people in today's society, if you're not cute, they treat you mean sometimes. You know what I mean? Aw, this person's so little. They're so small. Okay. But that's the vibe I'm getting, you know, where life hasn't been nice to them. People haven't been nice to them either. But that doesn't mean they're mean. It just means they had to adapt to how they were being treated. You know what I mean? Anywho, this person's so small. Yeah, they're stuck in their little shell. They don't think people want to know them or want to be around them kind of thing. Aw, don't do that. But look at how this Page of Cups is so happy and carefree when they're in their home by themselves. But when it comes to being outside, it's kind of like, run from them, they're scary, da, 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 da. And that's like what they had to grow up around. So that's kind of who they became. Like, I guess in Zuko's case, it would be he had this ugly scar. And everyone knew the reason behind the scar. And they kind of like judged him. They prejudged him. So you had no chance to be nice because people are already coming at you mean. So you kind of have to come off mean as well, but you're not really mean. You know, I hope that makes sense to y'all because this person's so small. I don't like this for them. But yeah, Ten of Wands, like having to carry a lot of burdens in your life. And either these burdens are making you a monster or you like being treated like a monster because you may not look the prettiest or something like that. That kind of energy could be coming through as well. So little. I don't like this. Okay, let's get cards from this deck here. Finish the reading because I don't know why I've talking so much. I'm like, the reading's going to be short and it never is. Like, dag. Someone who wants to show love, someone who, like I said, like we had, no, that was group 2, right? No, we had Patience. Patience is right here. I done forgot, child, the reading is that long. We have someone who is quite patient, who's willing to work with someone who doesn't want to rush you, right? Someone who could have destructive qualities or tendencies, you know what I mean? As most humans do, you know? Not too much on them. Leave them alone. They're little. We have the villain, someone who had to turn into a monster, I guess, to survive. It's a tale as old as time. It's giving, I guess, you could say Tarzan as well, where he grew up in the jungle and never had the chance to be human because he grew up around animals. And it's either, you know, adapt or be eaten. So he had to turn into someone who could learn how to survive and, you know, have calluses on his hands and swing vine from vine and hunt for animals. And he didn't even know English or you know, how to speak. He could just grunt and things. And he was like a, what is it called? A product of his environment. There you go. His parents passed away before he could even, so this person had a hard beginning life, okay? So they could be somewhat stuck in this childlike nature with the Page of Cups. Because, psychology says that the age that you experience your first trauma is the age you're frozen at unless you heal or until you heal. So if something happened to you when you were 13, you're still that 13-year-old inside, even if you're 30 now, and you're still acting as a 13-year-old in a 32-year-old's body until you kind of, I guess, heal or learn or, you know, grow, adapt, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, not too much on this person, you know. They're small. I don't like this for them. Or anybody at all, okay? So then we have the Four of Pentacles. That is that keeping to yourself kind of energy. This could also be a hard worker because the Four of Pentacles kind of gives me someone who makes money and like saves it. So they could be a good saver. And then the Eight of Swords, someone who always sees themselves as a victim or an outsider is kind of what I'm getting here. So let me shuffle these cards really quickly to get some cards for you. We have Libra coming through with the Justice. Oh, man. Why would you do that? How rude. Much better. Shuffle one more time. Yeah, this person isn't the prettiest in the bunch, but they're really nice and they're really sweet. They could have gone through a destructive phase in their life, but I think they're kind of in the middle now. Where you're always going to contain that bit of darkness, but you don't run from it. People run from the darkness and then end up being catapulted right back into it. Someone who, like they said in the most of these cards up there, when you confront the darkness, that's the only time you're able to overcome it or beat it. We have the witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. This person's good with their hands. They're good at making stuff. They're a very creative person. This is kind of giving me like a morally gray character from a book or a movie, right? Where they made a lot of money, but you don't know how they made their money. So it's kind of like, but you still like them because, you know, they have that attraction, that draw. The witch is also someone who's good at, you know, making things from nothing. You know, it's kind of giving like alchemy, if you will. What else for my group threes? And the witch is like, yeah, exactly. The witch is seen as evil and this and that in society, but she just be minding her business. Unless she actively trying to hex and curse people, but most of the time, they be minding their business. Right? And people just want to come and bother them because they're different. You know? Yeah. This person may not be the villain, but they've been villainized. What is the saying from freaking Oprah? Were you silent or silenced? Yo, I can't. Oprah, shut up. She pissed me off with that. But anyway, that's what this is giving. Are you the villain truly, or were you villainized? Were you made to be someone you didn't want to be, to survive the world you were born into or whatever? Yeah, it's given that. Witches were burned at the stake without being proven they were witches, and every time you hear a witch, oh my gosh, evil. No, that's a lie, but okay. We have skeletons in the closet, though, for sure. But it's strength. Skeletons are strength. It's also like your, not moral standing, but it's like, you know, your skeleton keeps you upright. If we didn't have a skeleton, we would be just all saggy, you know? So, like, this person had to build, like, a strong, they had to build armor, I guess you could say, but inside instead of outside. Okay. Because the thing cut off. Now I'm going to have to do extra work when posting the video. Thanks. This person liked to read as well, because I bang on the table and I have my phone set up. When I hit the back twice, it goes to my Kindle app so I can read. So that's what happened and the video cut off. So we have dawn, the light after the darkness. Oh, this is beautiful. And look, we have an owl. And wasn't I talking about owls earlier? Who? Yeah, this person went from being who's calling my phone, who's calling that, to the owl. So this person could be older for real. They've been through some things. Yeah. Then we have the black cat, which is another person that gets crucified. Black cats are not evil either. Fortune meets opportunity. This person could have, like, I guess, built their wealth or their money. How? Deciding? No. Supply and demand. They saw a market that needed to be not, I heard, like, taken advantage of. They saw something that people needed and they provided it. And it may not be the legal way. That's kind of what I'm getting here, okay? Morally gray character in the books. The mafia men, the drug dealers, the whatever you want to call them, okay? YouTube, don't try me, okay? But fortune meets opportunity. That is coming through for your person. There's something like it may not be a niche, but they saw like a market that they could take advantage of, and they may have done that. And it was given to them. They were fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time, whatever you want to call it, okay? Anywho, the last card we have here is Lady de los Muertos, which is death. Stop playing. Lady Death. We have death coming through. We have the witch, which is seen as scary. The skeleton, which people are scared of. And I'm like, how are you scared when you're going to turn into a skeleton? Anyway, we have the black cat, which everyone is like, oh, bad luck. No. Like, and then we have Lady Death. Death coming through. Everyone's scared of death. For why? You know, it's a natural thing. Let me stop. Anywho, we have acceptance and equality. This person could definitely be big on that, especially if there's someone who was, like, judged or, I don't know, this person's giving me someone who people were, like, mean to for no reason. You know, like the kid in high school that had the glasses that was lanky and everyone hated them just because they were smarter than everyone else and stuff like that, you know. Baseless and foundless ribbing and interrogation and bullying. Is the word. It's what it is. Bullying. Yeah. Okay. But this person is big on that because they have been on the opposite side of that. So I don't think this person's a bully. They may be seen as one, but they're really nice. That's all I gotta say. All the things that are scary and mean and vile came out for them, but they're a really, you know, nice person. That's what I'm getting. So trust me or don't. That's all I have for you guys. If this reading resonated, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, hype it up as well. Okay, we can do that now. Hype the video. Stop playing. Okay. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.